Connecting to the real nerds is so easy. You can go to our website, realnerdspodcast.com. You can like us on Facebook. We have a Twitter account, @RealNerds. We also have Instagram. You can call us, 720-6nerds5. You want to email us? You can do that too, realnerds@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and enjoy the show.
This is Marguerite Bennett, a writer of DC's Bombshells for Real Nerds Podcast.
Welcome to Real Nerds Podcast, unofficially the official podcast at Denver Comic Con 2017, which is happening June 30th through July 2nd at the Denver Convention Center, which I just requested that whole week off from work, so I'm really excited.
Ooh, that's cool.
Well, the 30th on, because I think I'm going to Tennessee with my wife after Comic Con.
Oh, cool.
But anyways, I'm really excited because, you know, I was starting to put two and two together, so they have a lot of Buffy alum coming. Like, they just announced Juliet Landau and Elijah Dushku. And then I realized, guess what 2017 is?
It's like the 20-year anniversary.
It's the 20th
of the
anniversary of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Wow. That's
so
cool.
If they get Sarah Michelle Gellar, I'll cry.
Oh, man.
And they'll have a Buffy 20th anniversary panel. And I'll be like, oh, man, how can I get in this panel? Everyone's going to be waiting. Oh, wait, I'm media. I can just walk right in. Did you guys go to any of the panels in the main stage last year?
No.
Yeah, well, no.
Like at the Belco Theater?
No.
If you're media, they, like, bring you through, like, the green room and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
And last year I met John Barrowman, and he was really nice.
What am I going to have Eliza Dushku sign? Like,
your butt.
issue 5 of Angel and Faith,
Oh, that'd be
the first Daddy Issues cover.
That'd be
man.
sweet.
That'd be
She's
cool.
I wasn't in this.
Doesn't matter. No, she's on the cover.
That's just a picture of
Yeah.
someone's interpretation of me.
I do remember that you have to go down this elevator to get to the stage. When I was introducing John Barrowman, and his husband was in there, and he's like the nicest man ever. And because I went down there, and John Barrowman, if you don't know, if you've never seen him do a panel, he goes like all out, like he sings and dances and does like skits. And so his husband said, you want to come meet John? I was like, no, he's probably getting ready. He's like, no, just come in. His dad's here, his mom's here. Just come in and meet everybody. I said, oh, okay. So I met his mom, his dad, and him, and they're all like really nice people.
That's cool.
They're thank you for introducing our son. Sure, it's my pleasure.
That's literally the least I could do.
It is. He was really great, and I asked him, I said, what do you want me to do? He's like, would you just introduce me and get off stage? You got it.
Did you just get the fuck out of my way?
Because he does this, like, he did this huge dance number. And so he's like, yeah, just say my name and then just throw like the mic on the sofa and I'll grab it. I was like, you got it. That's my favorite because then I don't have to sit up there and be, you know.
Yeah. Self-conscious about the fact that there's people staring at you wondering why you're on stage.
No, I don't care about that. Just sometimes when you do panels, which James, you know, it's tough when people ask like silly questions and you have to tell them to quit asking Kevin Conroy to, you know.
Could you do Batman again?
Yeah. But yeah, anyways.
What would it sound like if Batman said hi to me?
Yeah. But anyways, I'm really excited for Denver Comic Con now that all these Buffy alum are coming. And I wonder if Nicholas Brandon will be there. He'll get in trouble with the login and can't show up like twice for Denver Comic Con.
Yeah.
I hope he gets better.
Aww.
What if Joss Whedon shows up?
That's terrible.
Surprise guest, Joss Whedon.
Oh, I would die.
They got Stan Lee, so I mean.
That would be my chance to get to get my chain signed by him. That would be amazing.
That would
Holy
be.
shit, I hope that happens.
Well, it's funny because me and Brad went to San Diego Comic-Con in 2008, and I shook his hand because he, like, their panel they were doing for Dr. Horrible wasn't even, like, in the biggest ballroom. It was, like, I forget, where were you doing that one? Maybe you're at the Spaced one.
That's right, it's against my disc sign at Space.
Yeah, so I was down there, and it was like this. I mean, it's still, like, you know, a couple hundred people, but, you know, now where he's at, and just walk up and like, oh, hi, and he just walks out. No, like, super big fanfare.
Yeah.
Because he was still a cult guy, I guess, in 2008. Does that sound right?
That sounds crazy to me.
Huh.
Yeah, he seemed big to me then, so.
Because, well, in 2008, he had Buffy and Angel and Firefly and Serenity, but he wasn't, like a nerd world, I guess he's big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole Firefly crowd.
But he didn't
Huge.
cross over, I guess, until Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even then, I feel like it's only more intense. I don't know that it's like.
Or he finally gets the accolades he deserves.
Oh no, I guess that's true. I guess there are a lot of like nerds who weren't Whedonverse fans.
Yeah, I don't know, because I think
Yeah,
back on
alright.
it now, and I'm like, that's kind of weird.
Well, and the truth is, I was one until like college, right? Like I didn't watch Buffy and Firefly
See,
until.
I was old enough to-
Well, I saw Firefly when Serenity came out, but I didn't watch Buffy until college.
Wow.
So yeah, I guess I was one of those for a very long time.
The first season of Buffy I watched was season 4.
Well, like live.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
So was it 2000, 2001?
Yeah, right in there.
And probably like the least great season of Buffy.
Yeah.
Like it has some like not good episodes, but then it has some really great ones, like Hush. which
Four's the season with Adam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a terrible season.
Yeah. Terrible's tough. I mean,
It's got bad beer in it.
yeah, that one's bad.
Yeah.
Even Joss Whedon, if you get the DVD, he apologizes in it for it. It's pretty funny. Anyway, so yeah, pick up your tickets online at denvercomiccon.com. Remember, every ticket you buy benefits Pop Culture Classroom that brings the art of reading to kids all around Colorado through comic books and other means of pop culture. So it's really cool because you're not only going to a great show, you're also helping children.
Yeah.
Every week on Real Nerds Podcast, we see a new movie and we podcast our experience of the world. This week we had a hard time deciding, but then I was told I need to go see Split. So
We have both. I was gonna sort of skip because I was sick last week, and then so I was just gonna go see Resident Evil this week, and I was like, well, if it's just 2 horror movies, like there's no one out there who really cares about my opinion of a horror movie. And then I woke up this morning and I told you guys yesterday I'd heard some good things about Split, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go see this. And Brad ended up going to the exact same show again, coming in and
Yeah.
sitting next to me. So when it was over, we both texted you and we're like, there's a conversation to be had here, and we can't have it without you. So you have to go see Split.
And honestly, I was actually leaning towards Split after I started reading reviews of Rings, because I think the first The Ring is really good, and the second one's okay. And then when you read about how many times the rings moved and how many times it was delayed and how much trouble it had, you're like, this is not going to be good.
Yeah, and see, I've not ever seen The Ring.
No,
So I
you
would
should
have
see the
gone
first
into-
one. It's good.
Is it okay? I mean, I really like Gore Verbinski,
Yeah,
so maybe.
it's more of a mystery. I mean, obviously a horror
Well, that's
elements,
cool. Yeah, there's a girl who comes through a TV. I know that.
but yeah, and Naomi Watts is in it, and she's really pretty.
Yes. All right, I'm good.
Yeah. So that's what we do. We also talk about movies we've been watching, movie news, stuff that's around town. And when we go around town, we ask Brad, what's happening around town, Brad? Brad's going around town. Brad town. How was your screening at Open Screen Night?
The event was packed, so that was good.
Very cool.
Good turnout. Thunderbolt had a glitch. I exported the version without audio.
Oh no!
So, luckily, I had to dig back one version earlier, and so everyone just did the raffle while I fixed that, and it played.
But it was still in 3D.
It was still in 3D.
Okay,
yeah.
good. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
And it played with sound eventually, but it was a little embarrassing.
Aw.
There was this build up, and then
Yeah,
fail.
yeah.
And then
Everybody
fix.
was chanting
Yeah,
Thunderbolt, and you were like,
Yeah.
all right, and you hit play, and then just nothing.
yeah.
Oh,
I'm sitting there trying to like film it, and it's just like, there's no audio. There's no. What do I do? How do I fix this? And it just harkened back to the Bug Theater when we had to play the like pre-version of Van Damme for the premiere.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But did the 3D pull off pretty well?
If you were in the middle seats of the theater, I think there's definitely a certain distance issue. Like when I'm working on my laptop, it's like this far away from me. If you can't see at home, it's like maybe
It's about a foot
12
and a half.
inches.
Yeah.
And then I watch it on my TV, which is like an LED TV, and I think there's also an issue with how the projection is done. So something about those LED lights, it makes it seem flatter than I intended. So it's not the same image from the laptop to my TV on the wall, and that's about 8 feet away,
Yeah.
I guess, 10 feet away. And then in the theater, obviously that screen is like 12 feet wide, and then so you got to make extrapolate that distance. So I think the middle seats are about the same distance from like me to my laptop if my laptop was 12 feet.
Sure.
It was a 12-foot screen.
Yeah.
So anyone in the middle probably had like a really good experience,
Yeah.
and anyone off to the sides or the front or the back probably like missed some shots that were in 3D.
Huh.
So, yeah, I don't know. I'm still figuring it out.
That's still cool though.
Yeah.
It's a neat thing to try.
Yeah, a lot of people told me it's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
And there was a small group of people who were like, yeah, I kind of saw it. So, like,
Yeah.
sorry.
Maybe they just can't see 3D, so fuck those people.
How did you get the glasses?
You can order them on Amazon. They're like $1 for, I don't know, 10, 20 of them.
Oh, okay, cool.
I got like 2 packs of 50.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah, so I still have like 50 left because
Yeah.
some people didn't even use them, which is weird. Like I hand them out, and then at the end of the night, they came in like these little plastic sleeves, like protector sleeves.
Yeah.
And I got back ones that hadn't been like opened.
Are you sure they didn't like put them back in the sleeve?
I guess, but like in the chaos, like why would you be that meticulous?
Maybe someone is.
They were
Like,
just so
maybe it's like
respectful.
they're eating a piece of candy and they wipe it on their face to prove that they're not OCD. I don't know.
What?
I don't know. It was in Split.
Oh, that's right. It was. Oh, right.
So but
Character
yeah,
moments, James. You should pay attention.
So yeah, Open Screen was good, and our next one's March 28th. So
Yeah.
we'll be back
Nice.
with a bunch of films, and then
But now you've raised the bar, so now you have to like go
40.
re-release all your films in. Oh yeah, in 4D, where like when the rats get released, they all tickle your feet under your chair.
yeah, I gotta set up some vibrators into all the bug seats.
Whoa, now that's a little bit ambitious.
What else is going around town? Also, my EFB talks went okay. It was
Good.
very nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
It was better once I just got off the stage and stopped talking and just let people start making stuff. That was really fun.
I'm sure it was great.
I was sitting there like doing just eventually it just devolved into me reading what I did on the PowerPoint, and then I was like, what
Oh,
time
you
is
didn't do
it?
a read PowerPoint, did you?
Oh.
That's like #1 faux pas in lecture.
You just
I
stood,
know.
you just stood on the end of the stage and leaned forward so you could read the words you typed out.
I know. I swear I wasn't going to do it. And then I looked to the audience. I was like, hey, Mike, how much time is it? He's like, it's been 20 minutes. Oh, well, you know what? Screw the rest of this. Let's just start working. This is stupid. And everyone
Aw.
here, I'm pretty sure, has been in 40-hour for, so I'm just talking to nobody.
I'm sure they were all very appreciative
Yeah.
to learn from a master.
They also they had fun. And they finished the videos in under 2 hours. Like,
Oh, wow.
right on the dot. Like,
Very cool.
We at one point we were like, okay, take an extra 5 minutes and whatever. You know, this is just a test, right?
Yeah. Were they editing them there too?
Yeah.
Wow, that's really
We
impressive.
shot, edited. Like Mike already had some preloaded music that we just kind of assigned to
Sure.
the timelines.
You
but,
gave them some elements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then all of a sudden I looked at the clock. It was like 8:29. You're supposed to finish at like 9:30 or 9.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was like, wow, these are all done. And like, you know, they're not perfect, but
Sure.
we achieved the objective, which I didn't expect
Yeah.
would actually happen. So
That's really cool.
yeah,
Nicely
that
done.
Green Goblin is mine. Where's his pumpkin bomb?
Are
No,
you-
they're not.
Oh, the Laura
Why
has
is
come
taking
in
them
to
away?
take away the Duplo Spider-Man and Green Goblin.
Why he doesn't even play with them.
Uh,
Did he ask for the Green Goblin?
She just, I genuinely think she just wanted to bother you.
Probably. Oh, now you know what it's like to be married, James.
She just wanted to point out, like, see, he cares this much about the Duplos. Love it. Where's his pumpkin bomb?
The pumpkin bomb's funny because it's a Duplo block.
Oh,
It has
that.
pumpkins painted on the side.
All right, that is pretty cool. I like that a lot.
we shouldn't just reach into the glass cage and like take out Jason Voorhees or something.
Oh, I'd punch her.
She just,
I mean, this is your sons now.
she just opens the cage and like pushes a whole shelf
The
onto the
thing
floor.
is with those Jason Voorhees is they're really limited. So I mean, I take them out of the boxes. I'm never going to get rid of them.
Yeah.
But the part 7 in the back is like to get it on Amazon. It's like $700 in the box.
Huh. That's
Yep.
crazy.
And then the last thing, the Esquire is playing Secretary this week, so
Oh, all right.
that's the midnight movie.
Never seen
The Esquire.
Secretary.
Me
Yeah.
neither.
It's interesting.
Yeah?
It's better than 50 Shades of Grey if you're looking for that erotic
Oh, sure.
spanking thing.
And I am.
It has Maggie Gyllenhaal. She's really great. James Spader's great. So
Yeah. I like those guys.
yeah.
Cool. What are we doing next?
This is what's playing at the Alamo.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Kevin Smith.
Hi, I'm Leonard Maltin.
Hi, I'm Mark Hamill.
Hi, I'm Elijah Wood.
This is Seth Rogen.
I'm Christopher Mintz-Plasse.
I'm Martin Starr. Welcome to the Alamo Draft House.
This week they have the Bridesmaid Brunch, which is at the 11th. The Notebook Feast, which is the 12th.
Are there
Bird Cage Feast is also the 12th. if you're looking for something to do on Valentine's Day, Shaun of the Dead beer dinner, I'm sure is already sold out.
Oh man, that would be a good one.
If you could see The Princess Bride on the big screen, would you?
Yes, as long as it's not a quote along.
As you
I've seen it
wish.
before. Oh.
Wait, it's not a quote along?
No.
Holy shit!
Well, what's his name?
Well,
Perry
but-
Always is coming to town.
Yeah, to show it at like the Paramount.
Theater. Yeah.
Oh, that would be cool. Well, the Paramount's actually kind of a terrible place to see a movie.
Yeah.
You can see the Lego Batman movie, Serial Party, is the 11th.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and they also have a family party on the 12th.
Neat.
Fathom presents Disney's Newsies, the Broadway musical, on the 16th and 18th.
Oh, they're doing Fathom events there now? Huh.
I guess.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
And wait for it. Punch Drunk Love is on the 13th.
Yeah.
And Kathy's Curse is on the 15th. So that's what's playing at our local Alamo Draft House.
I just saw a thing that they're about to start a John C. Reilly theme and bluegrass theme like series where they
Sweet.
play
So
a
Walk
whole
Hard
bunch.
will be there.
Yeah, they're gonna play a whole bunch of no, it is which is really too bad. But
Walk Hard's funny.
No, it's not. It's a terrible film.
No,
but,
it's really funny.
Nope. Suck Hard, a shitty cock story. Anyway, so
It's probably the funniest movie he's ever been in.
No, wow. No, let me finish.
Oscar nominee Amy Adams is in that movie.
Yep. I heard he chops his brother in half in
I
it.
hate you guys so much. So they're showing a bunch of his movies, and then they have like local bluegrass bands coming in to play before the film.
And
So
hopefully
you
they'll
can
play Walk Hard.
hopefully not, because wow, that movie is terrible. I'm still angry at Sierra for making me go see that one year.
Really? Why?
Yeah, because it's terrible. The movie is awful.
Why?
Because for one thing, it's not funny.
Yeah, it is.
And it's offensive, and
It's
it's
not
really
offensive.
dumb. It's like super stupid. Oh yeah, no, there's a whole sequence where they are making fun of the fact that what's his face's brother was actually cut in half and died.
What was he cut in half by?
I don't know, some piece
Sword
of farm
fight?
equipment. No, not a sword fight.
Well,
but that's my point. It was
be
like
careful.
wow, man. Anyway.
Wait, was it Amy Adams or Jenna Fisher?
Oh
Jenna
no,
Fisher.
it's Jenna Fisher. Amy Adams
Yeah.
is in Blades of Glory.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, Jenna Fisher's in Blades of
Jamie-
Glory.
Yes,
Yep.
Oh, come here,
It's
IMDb.
it's all Jenna Fisher.
it is all.
Why don't you talk about Henry's bit and I'll look it up.
Yeah,
Oh.
Henry sent in another thing, and he wrote a really long article about it.
Yeah.
I love art house movies. You can call me Mr. Asshole.
What's up, nerds? It's Henry giving you an update on Art House Asshole. This week we watched Amélie, the classic feel-good, happy French film. I wanted to watch a happy film because after Trash Humpers and Live by Night and all of these really depressing films, I decided, hey, let's do a fun one. So I watched this film. This film came out like almost 20 years ago now. If you've not seen it yet, I definitely check it out. I'm kind of beating the dead horse at this point. It's a great film, very happy. If you want just a feel-good kind of almost Wes Anderson-y kind of childlike film, definitely check out this film. It's very fun. It's the first time I was checking it out and I really loved it. So, yeah, I think you might love it too. That's this week. I might publish a secret second Art House Asshole tomorrow, which by the time this comes out, it'll probably be out. But yeah, so there's also that one, which if it comes out tomorrow, it was either going to come out tonight or tomorrow, and if it does come out, they'll probably talk about it a little bit on the podcast as well, because it's kind of a big deal film. So, but anyway, that's this week's Art House Asshole, and I hope you guys enjoy watching whatever film you're going to see this week. I don't know if you pronounced it yet, but anyway, bye.
Ryan,
What an asshole.
have you ever seen Amélie?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't think you'd like it, but it's pretty good. It's very French.
It sounds French.
Yeah, it is. But it's like,
It's a pretty name.
but it's really, yeah, it's really lighthearted and it's a neat little story and really fun. And there's, I think, there's actually a lot of like adult content in it, I think. Oh, no, I'm just thinking of the fact, like, it starts. Oh, yeah, there's some abrasive stuff at the beginning you wouldn't like. But,
I've only seen it once, and that was
Yeah.
a long time ago.
it like starts with a shot of her mom giving birth to her. So that part's pretty abrasive.
I'm good.
But the movie is really great. It's really good.
It's very stylish.
Yeah.
Or stylist. Or impression. Yeah, surrealist.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I'm already out.
So if you have
French and surrealist, I'm good.
but it's like surrealist in like vision. It's not surrealist in like plot. You
Yeah.
know, it's not surrealist like Black Swan.
Visuals.
Yeah, it's like
Surrealist and visuals.
yeah. It's good. I own it. You can borrow it sometime,
Okay.
but you won't.
I'll get right on that.
And it is Jenna Fisher in Walk Hard.
In both of them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let's do it. He just laughed at Walk Hard.
It's stupid. That movie is not good. Yeah, so you can go see that too.
Yeah. Hey, we watch movies throughout the week in a segment I like to call What We've Been Watching.
So, yeah, this is the stuff we've been watching.
Brad, what'd you watch this week?
I have not watched anything new. I just
Nope.
yeah.
Busy?
Yeah, obviously I did like 2 big events in the past 2 weeks, and yeah, I was just watching Deep Space Nine, and seasons 5 through 7 are fantastic. Yeah.
How do they look on DVD?
Well, it's Netflix streaming, so
Yeah.
which is DVD.
We'll get there.
I just sit there going like, God, I wish I could see the left and right side of this frame, like 4:3 framing. I'm just so over. But obviously, I'm sure if they tried to like widescreen it on Blu-ray, you would just see like light stands off the side and all kinds of production personnel. But
we'll talk about it in news.
What?
We'll talk about it in the news. That's why I made a joke about it, because it's in the news.
Is Deep Space Nine coming to Blu-ray?
We'll talk about it in the news.
What?
I know the news you're talking about.
Yeah. I don't want to tease you too much, Brad. No, it's never ever coming to Blu-ray, and neither is Voyager.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, cool.
That's it for me.
James, what'd you watch?
Yeah. Well, I'll take all of Brad's time. I'll speed through a couple of these. After Mary Tyler Moore died last week, which was really sad, so I've been rewatching through a whole bunch of Dick Van Dyke Show. And man, that show was really great. And it's so wonderful that the whole thing is on Netflix. It's like the easiest thing to just turn on and like burn through an hour and a half of the Dick Van Dyke Show and be like, wow, that was like nothing happened, but it was fun the whole time.
Is it an HD on Netflix?
I don't know.
I know I have the Blu-rays and they're beautiful.
It's on Netflix, and honestly, half the time or not half the time, but like there are times where I'll get in bed and start watching it, and honestly, I will just like take my glasses off, so I don't even really like see the picture. I'm just listening to the people talk, and then I end up like pausing it right before I fall asleep, because I don't even like, I don't know. I'm across the room in the dark with the picture turned dark anyway, so. But it's still really fun. Like that show was really
I was actually
great.
watching a couple weeks ago, and I saw like a light stand in the shot.
Oh yeah,
I forget what episode it was, but it was in their bedroom, and like Rob goes over to the mirror. It wasn't for the music box thing; it was for something else.
Yeah.
But one of the like barn doors on the lights is poking out of the right frame.
One of my favorite jokes in Dick Van Dyke Show history is there's an episode where he's looking up someone's name in the phone book.
Yeah.
And he
he already says the number or something?
Yeah, like
or he dials first.
He dials the number, and then he looks in the phone book, and he's like, right. And they just left it in because it was totally improv. Like, he forgot to look at the phone book, then dial the number.
Yeah.
It's great. I love that
really
show.
Great.
I also saw the one where they break into Alan Brady's office. In the first room, there's a boom pole shadow across the entrance wall.
It shows up a couple times.
Yeah.
No, that's funny. I also in things I've rewatched, I when I was sick last week, I rewatched Lincoln, and I rewatched Saving Mr. Banks, and then I started rewatching. I watched a guy review one of the Hobbit movies, and all he did was really talk about like why they're not as good as the Lord of the Rings, and I'm like, well, yeah, like one of those is an epic that defined an entire genre, and the other one is like a footnote little kid story that the guy made beforehand. Like, yeah, one of those movies is better than the others. So that got me rewatching all of the extended editions. And spoilers for Lord of the Rings, those movies are fucking good.
Yeah.
Man.
It's one of those
I haven't
movies
watched them in probably 2 years.
You know they're really good, and then when you watch them again, you say, oh yeah, that's why I love these movies.
Well, and especially like the extended, like the when Theoden goes to bury his son, and there's that great scene, and he does that little like soliloquy and drops the flower, and you're like, what? Oh man, it's just so good.
And you're like, remember when Peter Jackson made Bad Taste?
Or Meet the Feebles.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so that's a lot of the stuff I've been catching up on. There was one of the days when I was not feeling well and I was just in bed the whole time. I was like, how about I watch this documentary these guys have been talking about? And I got halfway through it and then had to finish it a few days later when I was feeling better, because Rats is not something you should watch when you're like constantly dizzy and maybe nauseous and already. But I did finish. I was.
What about when they break their necks by stretching them out and you hear?
I know. I got right up until I knew they were about to start dissecting the rats, and that's when I was like, okay, if I'm sick and already like easily nauseated, I shouldn't finish this right now. So I finished it a few days later. It was pretty fascinating. I don't know. I don't know that I was like as awed by it. Maybe awed by it is the wrong word, but like I was less interested in it than probably you guys were. Like I certainly wasn't shocked by a lot of that stuff when it happened, but honestly, I just watched it because some of the footage is so cool. Like some of the footage of them dropping the camera into the cracks in the street, and like all the footage of how many rats there are in the bags of trash. I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool. It is kind of. I kind of hate the way that it's edited, where like they treat it like a horror movie, where they try to scare you by putting in like high pitched violin screeches in the background, and like. Yeah, like that part it was edited like a Paranormal Activity movie, I would imagine, where they're just like, how can we scare you sometimes? But whereas I think I would rather if they had spent the time like teaching me more about rats, and like because that guy is so cool, the cigar smoking like I've been killing rats for 30 years, like that guy is so cool that I would have rather like seen examples of some of the stuff he had said. Like I would have loved to have gotten really cool stories about like, hey, here's an example where we keep trying to kill them this way, and then they outsmart us, and I guess they did do that with the ones that were like genetically withstanding or evolving to be able to eat enough poison to kill other animals. Yeah. Like that was pretty cool. But
or they send in the weak ones.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like I would have loved to see like more about like that part, the sending in of the weak ones. That's what I wanted. I guess that sounds terrible, but I did love that guy. That guy was really cool. Yeah. Like I remember this one time I killed a bunch of rats in a bag. Those were good days. You're like, all right, man, you're a little weird, but yeah, it was pretty cool. Definitely, I think worth checking out if you want to watch rats die. I went and Arrival got re-released at the Alamo, so I went and saw that. Nothing new on that really. There wasn't a lot that I like picked up on this time, but I did pay a lot more attention to the music, and I really like the music in that movie. I was at the Alamo in Theater 1, which is the little private theater, and so. Like, especially when you meet the aliens for the first time, like, those noises are so loud in that theater that it was, like, arresting the way that watching, Interstellar was, or something like that, where it was, like, it was shaking you when that noise would happen. It was pretty cool. And they had, like, a making of afterwards with the director and a couple of people, so that was pretty neat. And then I did get a chance to go see Silence a week ago. I went and saw it at the Esquire, upstairs at the Esquire, which the cool thing was that I feel like they've upgraded the sound system there since the last time I was upstairs, which has probably been some years, because that movie sounds amazing.
What they put in the downstairs? It seems like Silence, like a 3-hour epic, should be in the big.
It's because nobody's seeing Silence.
Yeah.
It was my last week to go see it before it just disappeared. So I'd been trying to go for a couple weeks and it just didn't line up. But it sounds amazing in that, at least in that upstairs theater, it did. I, to not real much surprise, probably. Think this is my favorite Martin Scorsese movie because I don't really like any of his other movies. Because this is one where I really enjoy the character. I've seen a lot of I've read articles about it, and a lot of people's criticism is that they think that it's too long, or that there's a lot of they spend a lot of time in certain sections, like making sure you understand that if anyone finds out that these people are Christians, that the Japanese military will kill them. And you see similar kinds of scenes over again where the military will come in and pull people out of villages and interrogate them for a while and kill one of them and leave. And that kind of stuff will happen multiple times. And I think people are sort of like, well, does that really need to happen? And the answer is yes, because I think especially if it's a 2.5 hour long movie, it is mostly slow and deliberate the entire time. And then at the very end, in the last 20 minutes or so, it it presents that character with a very heavy and complicated choice that he has to make. And it's a choice that is informed by the 2 hours you have before that, where he is like trying to help these people and watching the horrible state that they all live in and wondering like, why do they have to have this life? Like, this is so unfair. And so at the end, when he has to make this choice, you have to have lived that with him for a while. And I think that part of it is really important. It's not the easiest movie to watch. It's also not as difficult as I thought it would be. I went in sort of going, like, if you read Henry's article about it where he called it Christian torture porn, I was sort of afraid that it was going to be more gruesome because there is a lot of torture in the movie, but they actually do either look away or do it off screen enough. I mean, yes, you see like a guy get beheaded and some of that stuff, but it's not like,
I'm listening.
It's not it's not like in constant, you know? It's not like you're just watching every scene every scene of somebody getting tortured. It's like when somebody actually loses their head, it's got a lot of weight to it because it's happened off screen a lot, or I think it's fantastic. I think that Andrew Garfield and Liam Neeson are absolutely amazing. Liam Neeson has a few. He's not in the movie a lot, but he's the few like flashbacks and stuff and scenes that he is in are really, really important to the film, and I think his performance is wonderful. And for me, I think this is one where Martin Scorsese is telling a story about a good guy who's trying to do something good but is faced with really difficult choices, and that to me is a much more interesting character than all of his other characters, which are like bad guys who are just faced with bad choices and they make bad choices most of the time. So for in this case, it was really nice to get to watch him be really good at making film and really good at telling stories, but also telling a story that I was interested in. So I would highly recommend people check it out. I think it was really good. But I don't think there was really a surprise there. I think everybody was kind of going like, oh yeah, James is going to like that movie where Christians get killed. And the very last thing was I got a chance to see Resident Evil, what's it called? The Final Chapter.
It's like the easiest title of all 6 of them.
Yeah. This movie's really bad. But it's like, I go in knowing that it's bad and wanting it to be bad. And like, it is bad. I feel like this time it's bad in some ways I don't enjoy as much. So like the editing,
pretty fun.
The editing in the action scenes this time is so so fast. I have no idea what's going on, and so there's not a lot. Like when it was over, I was sitting there thinking back to like, all the times that she has kicked a pane of glass to into a dog and cut the dog in half, or like yes, they did the laser scene in this movie, but that was a rehash of an old laser scene. Like in past movies, there's been these really insane, big, loud action scenes that were like just stupid. And I guess you get a little bit of that at the beginning where you have like the motorcycle scene where she gets electrocuted on the motorcycle, or before that where she gets caught in the trap and then she's hanging upside down, and so there's some of those. They're just not as amazing. And when they are, like some of the ones that could have been so cool, like when she's fighting the crazy monstery thing with all the teeth that kind of looks like it's something out of Doom that's in the base. How do I describe scenes in these movies? She's fighting in a basement against that crazy monster thing. Like it's every scene in all these movies. Do you know after they fall through the trap?
Yeah, it's like in the morgue.
Yes. Yeah. After they fall through the trap and Ali Larter falls into the glass cage
classic
thing.
Paul W.S. Anderson.
Right. The random, why the fuck are there booby traps there? Booby traps. Which there's a lot of that dumb shit, and that was all
classic
great.
PWSA.
Yes. When you went and saw it, was there like a little like thing beforehand where Mia Jovovich and Paul W. Anderson were like, "We're sorry it took so long to make this movie. We're really glad you came to the theater."
Yeah, and thank you for supporting movies.
Yeah. So bad.
In the theater.
Yeah, I like Mila Jovovich. I think she's a nice lady.
Yeah, I'm sure she's very nice in real life. Yeah. I don't like her. Like I wouldn't go see any other
nice,
movie.
James.
No, I'm just saying I
Fuck.
I wouldn't go see any other
Well,
movie
she doesn't want
that
to see
she's
anything
in.
you're in either.
I know. Anyway, but like, so there, when there's that fight scene in the basement, fuck, every time it just sounds stupid to say that.
Say the word.
He like the fight scene is edited so fast that there isn't like a cool, I'm gonna jump up and kick this thing, or if there is, I don't see, like, it doesn't look crazy and stupid like it does in the last movies.
I don't know. I had a lot of fun watching it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'll say this. I went and saw it with Rafe. He and I both agreed that we had a lot more fun at Triple X. Not even kidding.
No,
like,
I'm never going to see Triple X.
Triple X was...
That's too unrealistic for me.
Exactly the kind of, like, stupid...
Because, you know why it's stupid? Because, so they've been showing the first Triple X on like,
oh,
TNT.
no, have they? Oh,
and I haven't watched it, but when I scroll through the guide and reading the description, so he's literally like an extreme sports guy.
Oh, yeah.
Who's like recruited to be a special agent.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember anything about that, and I'm just, every time I read the description, I'm like, this is stupid.
So but that's what's great about the second one, is that in the second one they posit that there's like whole squads of Triple X agents, and that like the government has been, recruiting all of these extreme sports people to do CIA business. It's so bad. But at least in that movie, when there's crazy, stupid action scenes, DJ Caruso knows how to edit it properly so that it just looks crazy and stupid. Whereas, like, this one, I really feel like I've called Paul W. Sanderson a hack before. This time, I feel like he really did, like, he'd film the action scene, know it was boring, and then just cut back and forth between two shots enough that you couldn't tell there wasn't anything happening.
I still had fun.
But yeah, I mean, it was still like, oh gosh, I love the stupid fucking ending where, like, the guy, I don't know if he's a robot, but he's apparently suddenly a Terminator, and then
he's infected with the T-virus. Remember in the fourth one?
No, that's not true. No, that's not fucking true.
I don't know.
Because he says he has like technology upgrades or whatever, and now he can move really fast, and then he's got
Didn't Wesker have the same stuff?
Maybe, I don't.
Or maybe I'm
remember.
confusing that with Resident Evil 5, the
game. I think Wesker in like 4 has the T-virus, because in 4 he goes and he gets the mouth thing. But this guy, the bad guy here, has the robot thing, and then like you go into his head, and he turns into the Terminator, and he like sees all the things and says like, "You can't kill me with that pen," which is fine. But I love the ending where he goes outside. He goes outside, and his clone shows up, stabs him to death, and then the clone gets just immediately eaten by zombies, and you're like, okay, I don't know what either of you were intending.
He forgot about the zombies he was dragging over there.
I know, it's just hilarious and stupid and fun. And so it's not like I'm not saying, like, hell yeah, if you are like me and you go see all the Resident Evil movies because they're stupid as shit, like, yeah, you should go see this one because it's stupid as shit. There were times when I was bored because I was like, oh man, this action's not as cool. Oh, but the whole beginning where she fights the Mutalisk, that was pretty badass. That was a pretty good, like, weird action scene.
Yeah, but the only problem, me and Brad talked about it. So she got out of, and the whole Washington D.C. is infected, and then she's going to drink water.
I know
the infected fucking.
Yeah,
that
like,
didn't make any sense.
No surprise. Yeah, it was like the opening shot of the movie, and I'm like, why are you drinking that water? Well, it's not, because there's the 8-minute long. Hey, we're going to tell you the story of what happened in the last few movies.
My name is Alice.
But this time it's totally different and new.
Well,
like, it's not the same
That's why I was telling
story.
Brad, they actually told a story that makes way more sense than in any other Resident Evil. I mean,
yes.
They're like, fuck it. We'll just tell a story we should have told.
That's almost a bad thing, though.
No,
like,
I agree.
In this case, I'm like, wait, this story is cohesive, so now it just pisses me off that you're doing a bad job. Like, at least in the past times, you'd be like, oh, and her eyes can control satellites, brother? Like, what the fuck? Anyway.
How come the T-virus cure doesn't kill those winged monster things?
It makes the winged, like, the T-virus, like, evolves into crazy winged monsters and doom demons and shit like that.
So even after the cure comes out, it doesn't...
Well, the cure, remember she said at the end, it's slow moving.
Yeah, at the end she's like, well, I'm faster than the wind, so I gotta go kill mutas before the wind gets to them. I don't know. It was really just a cop-out so they could be like, but seriously, if this makes $80 million worldwide, we are gonna make another one.
I know, I looked online, it only cost like $35 million to make.
Yeah, I think Box Office Mojo says 40, and as of this afternoon, it's 83 worldwide.
Yeah, I mean, it'll make money back.
Oh, hell yeah. Now, I don't think it's doing as well as the past ones. I didn't look, but like, at least from like the things I've read, it sounds like it's not doing as well, but it's still doing well enough.
Well, and you've already made double the money you put into it, so now you've paid the marketing costs.
Right.
So now everything else is in the black now.
Yeah, every ticket that is purchased at this point just goes into their pockets, which, good for them.
Yeah.
They make garbage. Way to be a hack.
I'll watch it.
Yeah. I own them all.
Yeah, I'll have the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Probably the Steelbook.
I was just going to say, I'll buy the Steelbook. But not the metal pack.
Yes. Fuck the metal pack.
Anyway, I think that's everything.
Cool. I actually, man, because my kid is like really getting into cartoons.
Oh, yeah?
I watch a lot of stuff. I rewatched Pinocchio because they re-released it, and I thought it was odd. I posted on Twitter. So Pinocchio at Best Buy, or I guess everywhere, has a Rotten Tomatoes certified fresh sticker on it.
Really?
Do they really need to tell you that Pinocchio is certified fresh?
No, but Rotten Tomatoes really wants the promotion.
It's so stupid. It's the most. It wasn't on mine. Best Buy actually had a special cover where if you move it, it's wooden puppet Pinocchio, and then you move it, and then the blue fairy turns him into a real boy.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's cute. It's basically the same one. All they got rid of was the little silly Blu-ray games I never played on it. And then they added 3 featurettes to it.
I forgot about the fact that people used to try to do that shit.
I know. The best one is in Walt's words, where he's talking about Pinocchio.
Yeah.
And how he really wanted to make it. And a lot of people don't know when Pinocchio was first released, it actually lost him a lot of money. It wasn't a big box office hit, and it took re-releasing it for people to realize that it was a hit. And he has this really funny segment in it where Walt says, "Yeah, good thing I made all that money on Snow White because I would have been bankrupt." And it's only like 8 minutes long, but it's really cool to kind of hear Walt talk about Pinocchio.
Sorry, you may have said this. Is this a Diamond Edition or is this a Disney?
It's
Walt
the
Disney
signature one.
Okay, yeah.
Because Pinocchio came out on Blu-ray, I think 10 years ago.
Oh wow,
it's one of the first Blu-rays. So maybe
8.
No,
1940. So it was the 70th anniversary. So 7 years ago.
Oh okay.
Cool. Because they when DVD. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Blu-ray. Never mind.
Yeah. So the 70th anniversary came out. So yeah. So it's been 7 years.
Cool.
So it's still a great movie, and Disney's on their classic movies, the Blu-rays look amazing. If you watch Pinocchio, you can see like blues and stuff you never see before. The paintings and the backgrounds are just absolutely stunning. Some of the people that don't get a lot of recognition is the ladies who actually painted the backgrounds for Disney films, and how they used the multiplane camera before it was easy to use in animation is great. So I love that movie. Speaking of rats, my kid, we watched Ratatouille. I haven't seen it in so long.
There was a fraction of a second where I was like, you didn't let him watch rats.
I'm getting old, but there's a part where Ego eats the Ratatouille, and it takes him all the way back to being a kid, and like a tear starts coming down my eye. I'm like,
a tear? Dude, I cried in the theater, and I was 18.
I was like, that movie's really great. It's a really great movie.
So good, yeah.
And the artists at Pixar are so good. Was that movie 10 years old?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 10 years old. And I mean, you can see their growth.
Yeah.
But even then, the colors, like Remy, you think of a rat and he's gray, everything you see him, but in the movie he has like pinks and greens in his fur, and it just their attention to detail is amazing. So it's a great movie. I mean, you really can't say much more about Ratatouille.
I remember walking out of that theater after seeing it and just being blown away by how well animated the blowfly in his neck was. Like I just thought that was amazing.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely stunning, and it's how they're able to create the larva the correct way.
But no, really,
what are you talking about? You're making fun of that.
Sorry, no, I was actually gonna say before, like I remember having a conversation with my dad about how amazing like the hair was in that movie, and I'm sure now you go back and in light of Zootopia and Moana, you look at it and you go like, oh yeah, this is what animated movies look like. But no, at the time, it was amazing.
Oh, it still looks great. There's a shot where Remy runs to the top of the building and looks out on Paris. Oh, it's stunning.
Yeah.
It's a great movie, and I mean, if you haven't seen it, come on now.
Yeah.
I remember going to see it for my birthday that year. It came out around the same time. I was like, we're trying to find something to watch. And we're like, oh, let's go see Ratatouille, whatever. And then coming out of it being like, Why did I not get excited to see this originally?
Right?
Yeah.
Like, what was I thinking? Pixar's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They haven't let me down yet. Even stuff because I've watched the car movies and they're still pretty funny. Like they're
they're
cute.
all right.
Ka-chow, ka-chow.
They're
That's
okay.
funny.
So they're okay the way they're okay. How to Train Your Dragon, like all of their other movies are always the best animated movies, and yet like those are the ones where I'm like, well, no, there's other animated movies.
Yeah,
that are better.
I mean they're fun,
And even now, like
they're more of a kid movie, and that's cool. I mean,
Yeah.
I still think they're cute.
No, for sure.
Ka-chow.
They make a lot of money.
I finally was able to get into my Hellraiser Scarlet box, which is the amazing Blu-ray set that
Were you
Arrow
having a
put
hard
out.
time getting into it?
Well,
was the tape
No.
defeating you?
No, it's hard because I have a little guy now who pays
Yes.
attention to stuff, so I can't watch suggestive horror films. And
I just thought that it was funny that the movie about like opening a puzzle box,
Yeah.
you were like, I was having a hard time getting into it. Bam!
Hey, how do you know what Hellraiser is?
Because I listened to you.
Oh, okay.
I've talked to you for 6 years every week.
Oh, I was just checking. It's like, how do you know what Hellraiser is?
I've never seen one.
The movies. What I always think about all of Clive Barker films is he's a lot of substance over weight, style over substance. Yeah, that's what I mean. Style over substance.
He's like, this guy's got pins in his face.
Yeah.
Why?
And
because it looks cool.
Yeah, visually he's a cool director. The story, it's about a box that unleashes demons.
Yeah.
But the practical effects are amazing in it. On the Blu-ray, it's funny. There's this huge demon that chases this girl down the hall, and you can see the wheels and stuff, and the dude pushing it behind. I don't know if it's on Blu-ray, so it's very clear now. But
Is it Andre the Giant pushing him in the cart?
That'd be sweet. But yeah, so the movie's cool. Arrow does a cool job because even though it's been scanned it's like a 2K upgrade. They still left grain in it, so it still feels like a 1980s movie. But it's still, I mean, it looks great.
Yeah.
And if you like super gory stuff, you'll like it. But I've always thought the Hellraiser movies were okay.
Yeah.
Nothing like great.
Are you gonna just skip straight to the Scott Derrickson one?
Well, it's not in that set.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
They only did the first 3.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, they're cool movies, but maybe they're not like my favorite horror films. But
Sure.
it's cool that it comes in a really sweet set. And I mean, the first one is pretty good if you like that kind of like horror film. And then I decided because I'm doing like 3 like binge things right now, so I'm still doing my Disney where I'm watching all the Disney films. And that's taking me forever because there's 52 of them. And I have my. Are you all right?
Yeah, sorry, I'm looking for the box set.
Oh, it's down there on the bottom.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm also doing, my vault where I have movies that I've bought that I haven't watched on Blu-ray. And then I decided, because I've been out and about, that I'm going to do an Emily Blunt marathon.
That sounds fun.
And I call it the Emily Bluntathon.
Nah.
So the first one I watched was Looper, and that movie is amazing. I still freaking love that movie. Just the way it's shot, and even like the reveal of the boy still like gets me excited where, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character goes to save him, and then Emily Blunt saves him from him, and that dude from the show my wife watched, that sitcom, gets his chest blown out.
Yeah.
What's that called? I forget.
Yeah.
But that movie's great.
It is. It's one of the last times I was really excited to see Bruce Willis.
Yeah. But no, what's cool is rewatching it is Bruce Willis in that is...
He's really good.
Yeah, he's really good, but he's really an asshole.
Yeah.
And so is Joseph Gordon-Levitt. So even though he's trying to save his future, his means of saving the woman he loves is a horrible.
Yeah.
And you forget how like dark that movie is and how great Emily Blunt is in it.
Yeah.
When she comes out with the shotgun, I see you out there, I see you back here, I'm going to shoot you with this fucking gun. I'm like, oh, I love her.
About a year ago, or no, last summer, my parents had this stump in their backyard, and I went over there one day and I like just hit it with a splitting wedge enough to break the whole thing up. And the whole time I was just like, I just hope I look as cool as Emily Blunt.
I know, right?
Man, she's just so cool chopping wood.
And that little boy cracks me up in that.
Oh, he's so good.
I love the scene where Emily Blunt, she's talking to the dude who's looking for Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and the little boy comes to the top of the stairs and he makes his finger into a gun and he's like, He's like he's going to shoot him. It's really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
I
great.
love that movie.
You should call your Emily Blunt marathon. Like the segment should just be Blunt Opinion.
Nice.
That's not
Love
bad.
it.
Yeah.
And so I watched 2 movies of hers that I have never seen. One is Salmon Fishing in the Yemen, where she stars opposite of Ewan McGregor. And so Ewan McGregor is Scotland's like fishery dude, and Emily Blunt.
Like, is he a writer or he's really good at fishing?
No, he's like in charge of
Secretary of Fish.
Yeah, so he's like wildlife
he's a
guy.
Secretary of Fish.
He's a wildlife guy.
Sure, yeah. All
And
right.
Emily Blunt is an assistant to a sheik from Yemen who wants to build a river that they can put salmon in because he wants it to be a thing where the people can go and fish and kind of unite the people.
Sure.
So he's really wealthy, and the movie starts with her writing this email to Ewan McGregor, and he's like, "This is stupid. I'm not doing it." And so she convinces him. She says, "Oh, we just have a meeting with him." And he says, "Well, it's going to cost at least $50 million." And she said, "Okay." And he said, "Well, I mean pounds." Okay. And he says, "I'm just making up numbers." She doesn't care because he's so rich.
Yeah.
And the movie's actually really cute. It's a cute movie.
Good.
It's really lighthearted and fun. Obviously there's conflict, but there's really nothing that's super,
Yeah.
oh my God. There's a sweet,
Stop the bum.
yeah, there's a sweet part where the sheik is going to be assassinated and he's fly fishing with Ewan McGregor. And Ewan McGregor sees him and he takes his fly rod and like whips him with the fly and makes him misfire.
No.
Like, oh, he got him with the fishing.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it's a really cute movie.
Yeah, I remember seeing the trailer and being like, "Oh, that looks fun." And then like I never got around to seeing it, and I've heard people make fun of it for years. So I was like, I was really curious when I saw you post about that.
Yeah, and like the Ewan McGregor and Emily Blunt are really great in it.
Oh, I'm sure.
She's what I really like about her is she's always seems to play really well against whoever her co-star is.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise, Ewan McGregor, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. She has great chemistry with everybody. I think that's what makes her a great actress. And then the other one I watched was Emily Blunt and Joseph Gordon-Levitt again, and it's called The Wind Rises. It's Miyazaki's last film.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. It's an animated film, but it's not your traditional like funny. This is what happens. It's a biography about
his mom.
Yeah, and it's a really cute movie and beautiful. And when you watch, I've never seen Studio Ghibli, what is it called?
Studio Ghibli, yeah.
Yeah, film on Blu-ray before.
Oh, okay.
And the colors are stunning, and the animation is great. And yeah, it's a really cute movie.
His mother had she had some kind of disease.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it is.
I can't remember either.
Oh, okay.
I watched it like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
But it's like 2 hours and 10 minutes, so it's pretty long for an animated film.
Sure.
But it's really well done. I'm going to watch it again because I want to see all the special features and stuff. And the cool thing is his films now were bought by Disney, so they have like lots of special features. And
oh, cool.
If you want, so obviously Emily Blunt is the English version, but they also have the Japanese version as well.
Oh, cool.
So you can watch whatever one you want.
How is Emily Blunt? How's her silky swan-like voice?
She's great. She's she does a lot of voiceover work. She's Juliet in Romeo and Juliet, and I know her 2 films.
I'm sorry.
The 2 films she has coming out this year, she's just voiceover work because she had her second child, so she just worked by doing voiceover stuff. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited to see what else she has, and I really liked The Wind Rises, so I might watch other
Studio Ghibli movies.
Maybe
you should. There's some really good ones.
Yeah.
You should. Which ones would he like?
You haven't seen Princess Mononoke or Spirited Away? Those are the top 2, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I feel like the one you would like the most is probably Howl's Moving Castle. It's my favorite, and it's the one that's the least.
I didn't really get that one.
Anime-ish. It's just it's a movie about an old lady who gets younger. And there's a guy with spoilers.
What's the one that's like? It's like this town, like a university or something.
Oh, I don't remember.
Barely remember it. It's like probably from like when we started this thing.
There's Porco Rosso, but I've never seen Porco Rosso.
But right now, if you're interested in Miyazaki films, they're all on sale on Amazon for like $10.
Oh, cool.
So that's another reason why I'm like, oh, I'll get that one. And then I was at Second Spin and I got Salmon Fishing in Yemen and The Great Buck Howard, which has Tom Hanks and John Malkovich in it. So I don't know.
You probably would like Spirited Away, now that I think about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll watch them.
There's plenty of weird, I would put, I've never seen Ponyo, but I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that Ponyo is probably not one that Ryan's going to like.
Your kid would love it. It's for 4-year-olds.
So yeah, that's what I watched.
Yeah. You probably wouldn't like Princess Mononoke because it's about environmentalism. And I know
right, yeah, that was the one thing that I was like.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
cool.
what I watched. So yeah, the
Very
Emily Bluntathon rolls on.
Nicely done.
Thanks for your blunt opinion.
You got it. She's so pretty too.
Yeah.
And she's funny.
And there's some good movies in her repertoire.
She has some great movies in her
Yeah.
filmography.
Like Girl on the Train.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good movie.
Yeah.
And you'll get to watch Edge of Tomorrow for another of your
Live, Die, Repeat,
whatever it's called. All You Need Is Kill for a second one of your actor run.
Like I was really excited to watch Looper again. I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah, it's good.
Has Ryan Johnson made anything since Looper before? He just went from Looper to Star Wars.
Yeah. Well, because he got
Looper was like 2012.
Yes, but they announced him, some years ago. So I know I talked to him about it a little bit, though he couldn't say anything when he was here at the Alamo some years ago. So when he came and showed Treasures of the Sierra Madre, and then they showed his first 3 films, like some people had asked some questions even in the Q&A about Star Wars. So he's been working on it that whole time. I mean, it's a Star Wars movie, and he's not J.J. Abrams where you're going to give him that movie and then like just trust him to run real fast and get it done. He's probably a lot more meticulous. So it makes sense to me. I don't know. If you handed me a Star Wars movie, I'd tell you, yeah, it'll be done in 2030. Don't worry, I'm gonna get it right.
Yeah, you don't want to be the guy who screws up.
Yeah, better yet, if you came to me and said you're going to do a Star Wars movie, I'm not going to go, okay, cool, hold on. I'm going to go do my artsy little film. It's going to take 1.5 years, then I'll get started on your Star Wars. It's just not going to happen. So it's going to be good. It's going to be real good.
This is what's happening in movie news.
It's real news.
So Zach's not here this week because he's still crying because Ben Affleck has left the Batman movie.
As director.
Yeah, as director. Yeah.
His reasoning actually makes sense to me.
It does. I mean, it in the context of everything that we've been hearing about those movies being messy and that movie being in trouble, I feel like it probably is utzed on by like, hey, like we need to get as many hands on this as we can, and not just that, but and maybe in light of some of the reviews that we've heard about Live by Night. Maybe he is sort of like licking his wounds a little bit and going like, maybe I shouldn't write, or maybe I shouldn't direct and act in things, especially when there's a lot of money on the line. No, I know, but a lot of people didn't. I'm just saying, if he's getting a lot of flack for that movie, he might be licking his wounds and going like,
I mean, his reasoning that he has to focus so hard on being Batman and Bruce Wayne, then he has to write, then he has to direct. I mean, because it's big action scenes too, so you're not like just shooting people talking. So I get it.
Yeah, it's not him like doing a movie where he's standing in an airport hoping no one sees him. Yeah, and he's got to be in shape and he's got to be doing all these stunts and stuff like that. And
you might be right too. I mean, maybe he's like, maybe I need to take a step back and let someone else take their turn at writing this and take a pass at what I've already written and go from there.
I just saw it as I was scrolling by that now there are also people petitioning for Zack Snyder to do the Batman movie.
Right?
And the title was something like, it was just pointing out like how ironic it is that like everybody hates on Zack Snyder until like you need a director, and then they're like, well, maybe Zack Snyder will do it.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Like I know he did his Batman parts were the best parts of Batman Superman.
Yes.
But like you hated on him so hard for making like this, and you're probably gonna hate on him for Justice League. And yet you're like, make an entire Batman movie. Like I don't think you're going to like his Batman movie. I'm sorry.
I think it would actually be fine. I like Zack Snyder, and I don't think that Batman vs Superman is his fault. So yeah, like him just doing a movie that's all Batman in a warehouse kicking dudes real hard would be awesome. I think that would be really good.
I'm sure
Or
they'll
an
find
Arkham.
the right director for it.
I did see a little blurb where James Gunn was recommending the guy who did Blue Ruin and Green Room, and I was like, hell yeah. Movie where just like Batman fucking wrecks fools? Yes. Well, that would be great. But because I would also love for them to go get somebody small like that and actually trust them. But yeah.
I think that's sometimes why the Marvel movies work. Because they get people that are smart enough to make a good movie, but also are really good collaborators.
Yeah. Speaking of directors leaving things though, for some reason it's big news that Michael Bay is leaving Transformers. Like I've seen the article a couple times throughout the week, and I'm like,
he said that twice.
wait,
now.
yeah, he said it the last 2 times. They just keep bringing him buckets full of money, and he keeps doing it. So I think he's just saying like, okay, I caved for money the last time, but he probably went and had a lot of fun doing Pain and Gain in 13 hours, and then went and did this one and was like, oh yeah, I stopped doing these because they're not any fun for me. And the truth is, as somebody who likes movies where cars turn into robots and they fight each other, I would like someone else to do it.
Well, no, and the synopsis for the new one makes no sense at all.
Oh no, and the trailers look nonsensical. Like,
I'm just waiting for the trailer to say, "Forget everything you know."
That would be, yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. Anyway. Star Trek DS9 and Voyager are probably never ever going to be on Blu-ray. It's actually exactly the same reason as DS9, where the films or the episodes were shot on 35, which is great, but then they were transferred to video and then edited on video. So you'd have to re-edit and do all of the special effects again for every single episode in order to release them on Blu-ray.
Well, that's what they did for next gen.
It is.
Bet people like next gen.
But it's next gen.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway.
So someone wrote an article about that? Because I feel like that was the reasoning.
No, it was in an interview. Yes, there was an article this week about it because there was an interview with somebody.
Yeah, I read it on
Paramount.
the Hollywood Reporter.
Yeah.
Who were they
was it? I don't remember who the interview was with.
I remember.
I feel like it was somebody at Paramount or who has the actual right? CBS.
Oh, okay. It's like a CBS executive, not like Rick Berman or someone.
Fuck Rick Berman. Maybe it was Rick Berman, but I can't. It was some like corporate-y stooge guy. It wasn't like Patrick Stewart came out and was like, "Well, that's never going to happen."
Yeah.
It was some dude that you don't know his name. As I remember,
They're just saying that to make me buy the set that's coming out in like 2 weeks.
You can get it at Best Buy right now.
It's very possible.
The DS9.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On DVD.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Are they doing a re-release in a few weeks?
Yeah, that and Voyager. It's like the next gen box set where it's like the clamshells.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like black and clear. Yeah, I saw that the other day.
I'm gonna track down the original releases where like their individual package seasons. They probably have all the special edition materials on them.
Have I told you the story about my mom's awesome one-of-a-kind copy of Star Trek Voyager, what she ordered from China?
No.
Yeah, she has this really crazy... She ordered it online.
The whole series?
Yes, the whole series. She ordered it online, and she got a deal on it. And when it came, she goes to the post office to pick it up because they didn't deliver it to the house. And it's like covered in Chinese lettering, and it's wrapped really weird. And so they get in the car, and my dad is like, is anybody watching us get in the car with this thing? Like, this thing is really like...
It looks like a Chinese Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah, yes, exactly. And so they get it home, and it's a like one of those zip-up 2 CD binders, you know?
Yeah.
Like the fabric, like Logic case binders. And the discs, like all the text on the discs is kind of off. And like some of the like little blurbs I think aren't actually like Voyager.
It's off. It's Mandarin.
Yeah, like it's no. I mean like it's not really accurate or whatever, or like the episode titles are weird or something like that. And they're just like thrown onto DVDs, and then I think the image is almost the same for every single DVD, like the background image. So they're basically like
they're pirated.
Chinese Blu-ray or street DVDs that somebody sold to my mom on Amazon and shipped across the world. And she's watched probably through them 3 or 4 times. Like she's gotten use out of them. But I think she either bought it before the DVDs came out, or like she got it on Amazon when the DVDs had come out, but they were still so crazy expensive, and she just thought she was getting a deal or something. You know, I don't think that she knew. I mean, she clearly didn't know what she was getting when she ordered it. So it's pretty cool.
Sometimes
to look
they
at,
don't
though.
describe it right because I ordered the
Especially if they're trying to sell you pirated stuff.
because I ordered the Superman anthology on Amazon and it was discounted, and they sent me the English version. I'm like, I don't want the English version. I want the American version.
like the region 2, like the British one.
It's all regions, but like,
Oh, okay.
The thing that I don't like about the European is they have those weird ratings on them, and they're really big.
Yeah.
Yes.
They look like stop signs.
Right on the
Oh
cover.
yeah, like
Yeah.
the French versions have, or not the French, the Canadian, and especially the French Canadian versions have that a lot. So like my DVD copy of Jackie Brown was like a French Canadian. I got it for like $5 at a Bed Bath & Beyond, which is a great place to get French Canadian DVDs. And it was like that, where like all the on the if you flipped it over on the back, like it was the blurb and then the blurb all in French, and you're like, this is weird. This is America. There's no France here.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then I think the last thing I wrote down, I think there's probably some stuff I'm missing, but Rob Schrab left the Lego sequel movie, who is one of the like Dan Harmon ilk people, and really funny. I love Rob Schrab, but he's getting replaced by the guy who made Trolls. So hopefully, like, Rob Schrab hasn't done a lot of animation stuff before, so maybe it'll be a better animated movie, but hopefully it'll also still be funny. Yeah, anyway, that I don't love that as much. And they also, it's not coming out until like 2019, so you know they got plenty of time to get it good. So anyway, is there anything I missed?
I don't think so.
Okay.
This is new Blu-rays.
DVD releases and Blu-rays.
You're my
John Wick
favorite.
is
I love you.
John Wick is getting a 4K release this week.
Does it come with Mario coins?
What? What?
Remember when he kills people, he
yes!
gets Mario
When
coins?
he kills people in that movie, he gets Mario. I was just talking to Rafe has never seen it. I was talking to him today, and he was like, "Oh, I got to watch that before next week." I was like, "Yeah," because you know it's not just a normal crazy cool action movie. Like you need to see the first one before you go into the sequel, because I expect the sequel is going to have, like, the first one had a little bit of weird. I have a feeling the second one's going to have a lot more like weird Mario coin kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you know, more Ian McShane being like, well, the rules say, what rules? You guys kill each other. What? Anyway.
Somebody get that man a gun.
Loving the Jeff Nichols movie that I didn't get a chance to see last year is out on Blu-ray this week, so I'm going to make sure I check that out.
Yeah,
it's nominated
the lady
for...
got nominated for Best Supporting Actress.
Yeah, Ruth Negga from Preacher got nominated for an Oscar. So
good for her.
Yeah. I'm going to try to check that out. Oh, my mouse doesn't work on your table. American Pastoral, which is the Jennifer Connelly and Ewan McGregor movie where, like, Dakota Fanning is some girl and she disappears and then there's like a fight or something. I don't know. It was, I believe, directed by Ewan McGregor. It's not listed here, but I'm pretty sure that I'm right about that. So I wanted to check it out, but it was like in and out of Denver really fast. There's an ultimate edition of Peter Jackson's King Kong. I don't know I didn't know this was happening until
they're
now.
Putting the theatrical extended edition and then all the like video diaries that he did for it. On
Cool.
So yes, I have that coming.
So it's basically like having the both the Blu-ray versions of
and all in one place. And that,
Yeah.
they haven't ever put out the video diaries that he did online for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I feel like maybe I've just seen it a couple of times, because one of them is one of those video diaries is the cool thing where Bryan Singer came and directed for like 2 days.
Yeah.
And so it's like Bryan Singer actually takes over the video diary too. And it's really cool because he was leaving, I think he was working on Superman Returns, and
right.
left, like took a hiatus and went and shot for a couple days because Peter Jackson couldn't keep his eyes open anymore. Like he hadn't slept in days. And so he flew all the way over to, and there's a great shot where he's like walking around on the set of King Kong, and all of a sudden you just hear some dude yelling like, "Whose fucking footprints are these?" And then Bryan Singer just gets all nervous and is like, "I guess I should get off the set." It's really great. So that's cool. All right. I'm going to have to pick that up. The 30th anniversary of Dirty Dancing is out this week in a giant box set.
So you can have the time of your life.
Yeah, I've never seen that movie. Should I?
Me either.
Is it good, Ryan?
No.
Oh, okay. Have you seen it? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. It's not good?
No. I mean, it's not. I won't say it's not what we would watch.
I mean, there's a 20th anniversary edition of it, so someone likes it, just not.
Oh no, it's a popular movie with women.
We're
not its target
30th
audience.
Anniversary.
We are not the target audience for Dirty Dancing.
Postcards from the Edge, which is a Meryl Streep movie I've never heard of.
Sure, she was nominated for an Oscar for it.
Really?
I don't know.
Oh.
Making a joke.
In a year that
Carrie
she
Fisher's
was
movie.
She was also nominated for an Oscar this year for a movie that I didn't know came out.
Yep.
Is Carrie Fisher in this?
I think she wrote and directed it.
No, well, it's Mike Nichols directed it. It doesn't tell me who wrote it on Amazon, but I will look that up while. Guess who's coming to do?
I got that one coming.
I was just gonna say there's actually a bunch of like older films that are getting released this week, so I'm gonna blaze through some of these. Guess Who's Coming to Dinner is out this week on a 50th anniversary.
I'm excited. I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah, Sidney Poitier.
It's a good movie.
And Katharine Hepburn. Yeah, it is. Way better than Guess Who. Justice League Dark. It's a new DC animated
R-rated.
movie. Is it really R-rated?
Mm-hmm.
So what? They swear?
That and it's
There's
like
violence?
Constantine and that they're bad guys, like they're evil.
There's a bunch of occult stuff in it.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
It's like the anti-hero one. Of course,
Yeah.
Batman's in it because they got to sell the DVDs. But
Things that are gonna make your kids worship the devil.
It does come with a little like figurine of Constantine, though it's not my favorite looking Constantine. He doesn't look like a guy
he does
who
have a
wishes
cigarette
he
in
was
his hand,
dead.
though. That's kind of interesting. Is
Is
that a cigarette?
Well, he's holding his fingers like there's a cigarette, but there's not. So he's like doing this. For listeners, I'm holding my fingers like I have a cigarette, but then there's nothing in it. It's not the best molded little figure. Anyway, but maybe it's worth watching. No Highway in the Sky, an old James Stewart movie, is on Blu-ray this week. The Sicilian Clan, which looks like some old gangster film from the 70s, but it's a pretty cool cover. What a Way to Go, again, an old 70s film with Shirley MacLaine in it. Dr. Olaf's Monster, or Dr. Orloff's Monster from Redemption. I don't know.
I have no idea.
It's a film by Jess Franco.
All right.
No idea what this is.
I just like the cover.
Yeah, the cover is and actually the cover is actually really bland, but in a cool way.
Yeah.
Because it's just like a woman laying there sleeping, and there's a dude just standing there with his creepy hands.
It's like a 1950s like shitty movie poster.
Yes. Like it took a whole day for somebody to paint that. Anti-Birth. No clue.
Yep.
It's a film from IFC that's got Jennifer Tilly and Chloe Sevigny and Natasha Lyonne. It's directed by Danny Perez. And there's a woman. There's like a figure on the cover, and there's an upside down skull, as if like she's pregnant with death.
No.
I know. Who could have predicted that from the title Anti-Birth? Penny Dreadful, the complete series, is coming out this
I
week.
like that show.
Well, now that it's over, you can get the entire box set on Blu-ray. And then very last thing, I don't know if this has been on Blu-ray before or not, but the entire series of Quantum Leap is on Blu-ray this week. So go pick that up.
So.
Sure, give Quantum Leap a Blu-ray set, but not Deep Space Nine or Voyager.
Or 24.
It was probably really easy.
24.
They probably went into 24.
It's in
They should
standard
totally.
frame.
Do.
It's not shot in HD.
Well, no, but yes, true.
Because they did Enterprise, which was shot in HD, so I'm sure, put it on Blu-ray, but
It's probably just
Quantum
fucking
Leap
what's his
has
name?
Practical effects they gotta remaster.
Scott Bakula.
Scott Bakula is like, I'm gonna give you all my Quantum Leap money, make those Enterprise Blu-rays. Yeah, I like Quantum Leap. That was a cool show. Yeah. He had his little friend with Ziggy, and he pushed. And I always thought, like, why does he have like a remote control that's made out of translucent Legos, and can tell you everything about the future? But that was a cool show.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot when I was a kid.
This week on Real Nerds Podcast, we saw Split.
Yeah.
Brad, should people see Split?
I was kind of like at the end of it. I was kind of ready to be like, okay, that was a movie I saw. It was interesting. Great performances in it. it definitely a thriller. But the fact that it's part of another cinematic universe now
whoa!
blew my mind.
All right, you're really running straight at it.
No, I'm not spoiling it.
Okay.
It's yeah. They don't know what 17-year-old movie it's from.
You're
what I'm referencing.
Wow, but now you're really. Oh.
We'll get to it. But yeah. Thanks for that. Like last 2 minutes. Like yeah, you should go see it, especially if you. Yeah.
You see, you can't say it.
Yeah, I can't say that.
Don't break the internet, Brad.
I'm surprised it hasn't spoiled for me already.
It's been out for weeks. I don't know how I haven't been told this yet.
I know. It seems like an easy thing that could have been just like ruined, and yeah, I'm so glad it wasn't because yeah, it made the movie for me.
James.
So a lot of this movie is kind of interesting. I think that James McAvoy's performance is great, or at least really good for what it is, for being like a kind of sometimes schlocky horror fun performance. Some of the performances are bad. I think the movie probably has two problems for me. I think it's too long, and I think the girls at the beginning are too stupid. But I'm fascinated to talk to you guys about it because I don't like. The only thing I care about is whether or not I should tell people to go see this movie because of the twist at the end and how crazy that thing is. But if the movie didn't have that twist, I probably wouldn't tell anyone to go see this movie.
Yeah.
And that's what's so insane making. And this is why, like, we texted you and said, like, we have to be able to talk about this because I don't know how I feel. I think it's a pretty interesting film. I think if you like the trailer, you should check it out. I think most likely what's going to happen is my parents and a few of my friends, I'm going to tell them what happens at the end of this movie because I don't think they would enjoy it. But if you like a kidnap sort of horror movie, like a suspense thriller, it's maybe worth checking out because it's kind of interesting. Ryan? I'm so glad none of us are like confident.
I think you should see this movie, and
okay, cool.
I do think the performances are really good, and I think when M. Night Shyamalan wants to tell a story that's cohesive, he's a really great filmmaker.
Yes,
because my biggest problem with him is when he's telling somebody else's story, he's not as good.
Yes,
so that I think he needed to eat a bunch of humble pie. I really do.
Yes,
because this is his best movie since I won't say it.
Oh, that was really good.
But yeah, I think you should see the movie because one, I think McAvoy is really great in it. There's a couple scenes I'll talk about when we spoil it in this review that I think he's amazing in.
Yeah, we are going to hardcore spoil this movie.
Yeah, because there's a lot of twists and turns. I think the lady who plays his doctor is really good. I have an issue with some of the girls, and I think it's the dialogue mostly.
Yes.
And it's my biggest problem with a lot of Shyamalan's movies is he always has characters to me that stick out really badly because they're not written very well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I
could probably
caricatures.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
the girls especially.
Yeah.
But I think you should see it for McAvoy's performance alone. Because I'll talk about one scene after we play the trailer that I think he absolutely crushes.
Yeah.
And I think is... And yeah, just roll the trailer. So, yeah, go see it.
Hey, pardon me, sir. I think you have the wrong car.
You've emailed for an appointment 2 days in a row.
Tell me what's going on.
I've never seen a case like this before. 23 identities live in Kevin's body. Did something happen?
There's a flower on the pillows, a flower in the bathroom, like we're important. Who is that?
Maybe she can help us.
We're here! We're in here!
Don't worry. He knows what you're here for. He's not allowed to touch you. He knows that.
My name's Hedwig. I have red socks.
How old are you?
9.
The human brain is the most complex object in the universe.
The only way we're getting out of here is if one of them decides to let us out.
Aren't you the clever one?
Hedwig, could you help us?
Okay. I have a window in my room.
Maybe you could show us.
Oh, that's here. Now it's closed. Now it's open.
Did you think it was a real window? So you could leave?
An individual with multiple personalities can change their body chemistry with their thoughts.
Someone's coming for you.
What will happen when he unlocks the potential of his brain?
There is no limit to what he can become.
Tonight is a sacred night. You will be in the presence of something greater. The world will understand now. The beast is real.
He's done awful things to people, and he'll do awful things to you.
I so wish this movie wasn't a kidnap horror thriller, because the whole part with the girls is the part I don't like. As soon as this movie becomes about James McAvoy's character, like as soon as it really focuses on like this woman that he has been his therapist and like whether or not he's crazy, I'm like, this is great. And the girls aren't in that part of the movie at all. It's the whole section where they're like real bad at trying to get out of a room that I hate.
And I should preface this too. I think the two of the girls are bad.
Yes.
I think Anna Taylor-Joy or Joy Taylor, I forget how you say it.
The witch girl.
Yeah, the witch girl. I think she's really good.
Great. Oh yeah. Those big eyes. Those big eyes are from The Witch.
Yeah, well, she's blonde at that, so yeah.
Yeah, I think she's amazing in this movie.
I do too.
Because there's some scenes that she emotes that is just stunning, and I think Shyamalan makes a really interesting choice with the way he shoots it, where he has the characters talking to you.
Yes.
So you get a sense of that you're in this world with them.
He does the Coen brothers crosscuts where he puts the camera literally between two characters instead of doing over the shoulder cuts.
And that's what I mean. I think
so. Everything's claustrophobic.
When he ate humble pie after Earth and The Last Airbender, The Lady in the Water, The Village,
The Village is great.
Signs.
It's really it's The Happening. And then The Last Airbender.
I just named 6 movies of his that
are really awful. No, you didn't. No, and then After Earth is pretty bad, but not his fault. There's a lot of
that's what I mean,
because he didn't write it. And then
so when he came back with The Visit, and we talked about this was it last year?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it was last year. I think the same
was that
time.
A Blumhouse one?
Yeah. So Jason Blum, who is the producer and founder of Blumhouse, does an amazing job not only cultivating horror talent but marketing movies the right way.
Mm-hmm.
And I read that Shyamalan put up all the money for this movie, so $4 million he put up.
Cool.
That's why he's the producer on it.
Yeah.
And I think by doing that and him writing it, it made him a better filmmaker.
Yeah.
Because in After Earth, it's somebody else's words, and he's such a unique filmmaker. I think he needs to have movies he writes.
Yeah, I've always felt like he is actually a great, like he's actually a storyteller. He's not just a director.
No, I agree.
That's why he's always done his own films. And so I think he needs the passion of the story.
Mm-hmm.
My only problem is I think the movie is probably 20 minutes too long because there's some sections in there where I got bored. For me, like I said, I wish that there was a way, or maybe honestly, if you just had just the one girl like that we get kidnapped, and then she doesn't, and then we're just curious, like, why isn't she trying harder to escape? You know, rather than having these two dumb girls with her who are just like, they just kind of whine and then hit the wall. Yeah, but that's the frustrating
time.
The frustrating part to me is that I've always felt like he's really great at building suspense, and here there were times where I didn't feel that. You know, like in previous films of his, he has been so good at like just ratcheting the suspense the right way to make it really effective. And that whole first, 20 minutes or so, maybe half an hour, there were just times where I was like, okay, can we get to the part where this guy's crazy?
Yeah, well, I think there's just quick ways to make you fear him.
Yeah.
But they end up eating up time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I think where the movie succeeds is there's a scene in it. So I mean, obviously you don't know. I think the trailer tells you that he suffers from multiple personalities.
Yeah, it does.
He has 23. So
does he act all 23? I don't feel like he did.
No.
Yeah.
We only see about 10.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
So there's a scene where
half of those are in the videos.
So Barry is like his good guy personality, and that's the one that's creative, and it's the one that keeps everybody else at bay.
Yeah.
And my favorite scene in the film is when he's at his therapist and she keeps on saying Dennis to him, and Dennis is like the bad guy.
Yeah.
And so he's still trying to pretend that he's Barry, even though he's Dennis. And I think that's such a great performance because his face, and you can see him change characters.
It's really good.
And I love that scene.
Did you catch that when he walks into her house, he uses the cloth on the handle?
Yep.
And really a good Shyamalan choice to be like to choose a really bright color because he wants you to know.
Mm-hmm.
He wants you to know when that scene starts that there's something else going on.
Yeah.
He doesn't want you to have any question about it. He wants you to just watch the performance. And I think that's really cool because that sequence, like you said, is really wonderful. James McAvoy is so good in this movie. But like I said, he's good in like a Anthony Perkins way.
Yeah.
You know, like he knows what he's doing and he's doing it really well.
Yeah, because even it's hard because when you play these characters, you can go one way or another. You can be way over the top and people aren't going to buy it.
Right.
Or you can do what he did, and each character had a distinct personality, and you felt it. You know, when he was the little boy Hedwig, when you see the trailer, like, oh, that seems really stupid.
Yes.
But when you watch it in the performance, it's really great. And, yeah, just as it builds up, you're right. Every time he is just by himself and he's trying to hide who he really is and, you know, not let on that he's, you know, Dennis and he's still Barry, I think it's just the best part of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
And I also think it's great that Shyamalan didn't give himself such an important part like he did in Signs because he's not a great actor.
Yeah.
And so I like that he still did his little cameo in it, but he had a fun part.
Yeah. Though that scene is useless.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
But...
yeah, I mean, it's funny because about that time, about the time that scene starts is about the time that the movie actually got really good for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I had like a bad taste in my mouth because of that first hour, where there was a lot of just like kind of stuff I'd seen before of like, you know, okay, yeah, we kidnapped some girls, you know, so, but yeah, like I wish. Like as I take a step back and look at the story of that movie, like not the way the story was told, but if I take a step back and look at the whole story, including the twists at the end, I'm like, this is a really cool idea for a movie. Like a really good idea that I think is just executed at the beginning not as well because they're trying to make you feel there's a red herring of, oh, this is a kidnap horror movie, and then when it stops being a kidnap horror movie, you're like, oh, this is really good. I didn't actually like, you know, the first part sort of felt like the bad parts of The Visit to me, where I'm like, okay, yeah.
See, to me, too, it doesn't feel like a straight horror film to me.
No, it's not.
Because it's more of like a suspense movie. And I love the idea, you know, so we'll get to the big spoiler. I actually kind of knew that's where it was headed because of how he was being portrayed as a villain.
Well, there was, for me, I thought about it a couple times. I didn't predict it. I'm not trying to say that. But there were a couple times where I thought about the movie that this movie is referencing because I'm like, oh, and for the record, we're about to get into like the hardcore spoiler here. So if we've convinced you, stop listening. There was a part where I was like, oh, you know, this is like this is once again Shyamalan telling a story about people becoming greater than normal humans and like that potential for us becoming superheroes ourselves. And I was like, oh, that's interesting that he's going back to that well. And at one point I even sort of thought like, that's too bad. Like, yeah, I feel like you've done this before and kind of better.
But what he's doing is, so I'll just split. So
Hi, buddy.
So in Unbreakable, it's an origin story of the hero, and in Split, you're getting the origin story of the villain.
This movie is Unbreakable too.
The first one also has Mr. Glass's origin story.
Yeah,
kinda, so.
Yeah, but
This is like Unbreakable, only there is no superhero in the movie.
Exactly. So you're,
well, no,
the
that's
girl.
Not... Oh, yeah.
Even though her origin story is terrible, like it's a terrible. One of the things that bothered me about this movie is it almost kind of says like you're only a hero because you were molested. Like,
well, no. What it's saying is you're only a hero in the if you have faced real tragedy. In this case, she was molested.
Okay.
Because he doesn't know she was molested. He knows she's a cutter, and from knowing she's a cutter, knows that she has real trauma and is a broken person. What he hates are people like those other girls who have lived cushy lives where they've been driven around by their dad, and he bought half their car. Like, he hates that because he thinks like that's a weak person, and strong people are people like me who've been broken. So I just want to defend that the movie is not saying if you get molested you're great.
No,
the movie is saying
I thought it said like
if you have trauma in your life you are stronger for it is what he's trying to say.
Right. No, I wasn't trying to say that. I was just saying like you know, the skills that keep her alive are the fact that like,
yes.
I thought that was like that seems like a
yeah.
Well,
no, it's
weird
not,
defense to give. Yeah,
it's not a real happy statement.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's an inherently bad one. Because some of what makes her strong is also the things that her dad taught her and that kind of stuff. But his perception is that a person can only be strong if they've had real trauma that then breaks them so that they can basically create their own person.
With all the gun stuff, I thought, they're going to build her up and she's going to turn out to be a great shot, and that's how she's going to save herself. And it's like, no, she turns out to be a terrible shot.
Right, yeah.
And, no,
well, until the end, I mean,
that
she hit him
saves
pretty
her.
good.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, she hits him in the chest, like in the heart.
Point blank range.
yeah, but he has the same thing that our boy Bruce Willis has. You know, he's
well, he's got like rhino skin or something.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously they're setting up. I mean, I would watch a movie with those two fighting.
Oh hell yeah! And then the girl shows up and she's like got a costume on. And she's like, "I'm the Cutter." That's a bad superhero name. That's not good. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I had a feeling it was kind of going that way.
Though the diner sequence is actually really annoying until Bruce Willis shows up.
Yeah.
Like all the dialogue in that scene is like, this is gross. And I'm sitting there going, is this the same music from Unbreakable? This is real lazy, man. Like, really?
Like, we already know this shit. Like, why are you saying this?
Right, I know.
Yeah.
And then when Bruce Willis shows up, I was like, oh, that was a really conceited way of getting somebody to say Mr. Glass. And you're like, okay, that was good.
I mean, I thought the movie was interesting.
Oh, definitely.
It's his best movie since Unbreakable, so
that's not even close to true.
It's 100% true.
It's not even close to true. Holy shit!
Write into Real Nerds Podcast and tell me what.
Both Signs and Village are better than this, but and like significantly. But this movie is pretty cool. It is the best thing he's done since The Village, for sure. This one is at least coherent. And I bet if you like horror movies, you'll probably like this one more than I do, because you probably have low standards and are okay with stupid girls in a room.
Whoa!
Are you gonna take that, Ryan?
Whoa. Sorry, I had to throw down. Like the whole thing with the
coming from the guy who thinks an alien on top of a roof is scary.
That's not what that movie's about.
I know it's not what it's about.
Okay. How come they didn't just break the vase that was in the other room and then stab him in the neck with the pieces of glass? Like, yes, he's stronger, but like that's like that. All those conversations, I was like,
yeah, but it wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, it would have.
No, because he took gunshots and he still
at the end when he's the monster. Yeah, and they don't know he's a crazy monster. Like they don't have that piece of information.
But the thing is, he doesn't have to be the Beast.
No, that's not true at all. No, he's just a dude. There's 3 of them. If they broke the vase and stabbed him in the neck with pieces of glass
before he's the Beast,
they would have defeated him. And there's no reason for them to think otherwise. Like that whole 20 minutes of them just trapped in the room, I'm like, this is weird. And if the girls just hadn't talked, it would have been fine. The problem is when they talked, dumb shit came out of their mouth, and I was like, this is annoying. But then the rest of the movie, that's my problem with it, is if they had found a different way to tell this story without kidnapping girls, it would have been a great movie. Because all the part with him is so good. Anyways,
next week we're seeing
the Lego movie,
the Lego
or
Batman, or are we seeing?
We're either seeing John Wick or Lego Batman, depending on what our schedule, because Ryan is leaving town,
Mhm.
and then you're saying that there's something the week after. I thought there was nothing the week after.
Right, that's why we have to move one of those two to the following week.
Hold on.
Please stand by while the real nerds look up next week's movie.
So I got vertigo this week. It was weird. So also next week is 50 Shades Darker.
I have to see that with my wife.
Yeah, make sure your wife comes back. No, you don't, because I volunteered to go see it with her. Sorry, Mom.
Damn it.
Oh, The Great Wall is the week after?
Yeah.
Oh, no, Fist Fight.
Fist Fight, yeah.
And A Cure for Wellness, which I kind of want to see. I really want to see Fist Fight. I don't know that I... Do you care about Great Wall?
Not necessarily. I mean, I'd rather see Fist Fight.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, who's number 1 this week?
Who's number 7 this week again? This guy.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Does that mean I beat you?
Well, it's like a difference of $1 million between
I don't know.
all
Are
of
you
us right
Dr.
now.
Acula's Movie Funhouse?
I am.
You're number 2, baby.
Oh, hell yeah, dog. I didn't even try.
I'm only 300 ahead of you, too. That could change.
Holy shit. Yeah. Holy shit, Ruby Rose is in John Wick, too.
Yeah.
She's in a movie. That's like that's your wife's favorite haircut is going to be in like 3 of the 4 movies I've seen in the last 4 weeks.
She got a pretty severe haircut in Resident Evil.
Oh, that sequence is bad.
Yes.
Sheesh. I was laughing the whole time. So yeah, we'll see one of those two. Oh no, I guess if we're going to see Fist Fight, then
Yeah, I guess we'll see both. I guess.
yeah, we'll figure out a way to see them both.
Yeah, like I get off at 10, so I can see both, and then we can record at night if you guys want. I don't care, whatever you want to do. Or if you don't want me to be on next week because it's too hard, that's fine too.
I can't see them both by Friday night. So anyway, we'll talk about it off air.
Yep.
Sweet.
All right, thanks.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Unbreakable.
Unbreakable 2, man.
Real Nerds is a Nebulous Visions multimedia production. We would also like to thank Sparks Mandrell for our music. Additional music from Ben Sounds. Thank you to Alamo Drafthouse. Thank you to Colorado Coins, Cards, and Comics. And thank you for listening to the Real Nerds Podcast.